If you love your love sausage, this video is for you. As a former award-winning adult film star who got paid to do naughty things on camera, the health of my love appendage was something I took very seriously, and I still do. And today, I'm going to reveal to you 9 things that guys do which are destroying their man meat, making it smaller, causing erectile dysfunction, leading to serious injury, or even infections down the line, and causing infertility. And most importantly, I'm going to tell you how to fix it. Starting with things that are causing you infections and injury. Not cleaning your banana properly, particularly under the foreskin. Are you a fucking retarded teenager? Because that's where bacteria and fungus can accumulate. How hard is it, guys? Just pull the damn thing back. If you're uncircumcised especially, pull the damn thing back, give it a wash. Take care of it. You've only got one of them, you better take care of it and stop it from rotting away. Otherwise, you'll get an infection called balanitis, which is inflammation of the head of your love thingy, which can cause pain when you're urinating, when you're swelling and itching, and it's bloody awful. It's said that up to 10% of men suffer from this at least once in their lifetime, which is absolutely stupid. So make sure you're running some water over it every day. It's not that hard. And as for the rest of your man meat, you want to just make sure that's also washed. Like, come on, guys. Don't use super harsh, like scented soaps either, because they're full of chemicals and estrogenic compounds that'll make you gay, and they'll irritate the sensitive skin on your love meat. Be careful of certain sex positions. As an ex-adult film star who's performed hundreds of different sex positions and hundreds of scenes, there are some which I warn people against because of how dangerous they are. In particular, reverse cowgirl. Reverse cowgirl is every porn star's least favorite sex position because this is the position where dicks get broken. I've seen it with my own eyes. This is no laughing matter. Your wang can be snapped in half because here's the thing. Women lack a lot of awareness around where their vagina is. The situational awareness of how long your dick is versus where her hole in her vagina is and how much they're bouncing up and down, where their hips are. They're very unaware of these things. So if you are going at it quite rough and quite fast, it's super easy for you to slip out of her at the wrong time and have her ass come slamming down on that thing and bust your old boy up. Toast. It happened to a few porn stars I know, and it almost happened to me a couple of times. That's why I don't recommend reverse cowgirl. But if you are going to do it, make sure, for the love of God, make sure you are holding onto your girl's hips and controlling her movement. Otherwise, you could be in a world of pain and a trip to the hospital. And if you want a safer and better alternative to this position, what I would recommend is a variation I call laying back reverse cowgirl, which is basically the same thing, except now she's laying back on top of your chest instead of sitting upright. You have a lot more control of her body and the speed and pace of penetration, making it a lot safer. And it's also more intimate for the two of you because of skin-on-skin contact. You can use your hands to stimulate her nipples or her clitoris. You can erotically choke her if she's into that. Her head's right next to yours, so you can whisper some dirty shit in her ear. Perfect. All of this makes that position an absolute all-star and much safer. Stop cooking your testicles. The ideal temperature for your balls to produce sperm and testosterone is actually 2 to 4 degrees Celsius lower than your core body temperature. That's why they dangle out. Now, our core body temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius, which is about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. So the ideal temperature for your balls, 33 to 35 degrees Celsius, 91 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. That's why our balls hang outside of our body, and the skin wrapped around them is thinner than the rest of our body, so it can cool down. It's been proven that exposure to high temperatures on a frequent basis causes a big decrease in the quantity and quality of sperm produced. So practically speaking, you want to wear underwear that is actually quite breathable and fits snugly, not too tightly though, to the point where it would restrict blood flow. Also, you don't want to use jacuzzis and saunas for super long times all the time. Definitely don't want to be putting your laptop on your junk when you're working, and you want to try to keep your phone out of your pockets as much as possible because electronics like this do generate heat and they do interfere with your sperm production. So now you know what's causing some of these injuries and infections and infertility on your meat hammer. Let's talk about things guys do that are literally making making their penis smaller. Being a fat ass. Yes, being fat makes your dick smaller. Or at least it makes it appear to be the case. Because you see, most guys don't really think about this, but your pubic area, it stores a lot of fat like other parts of your body do. The more excess body fat you have, the more fat is going to accumulate in that kind of pubic mound area. And the more fat that is there, the less of your penis is going to be exposed. Dick's kind of buried in a mound of fat. In fact, for every 30 to 50 pounds of excess weight you have, an inch of your dick is being hidden by fat. That is yet another reason to start living a more healthy lifestyle. Chronic smoking. Now, while I do enjoy a good cigar every now and then, I literally only touch them maybe once every 3 months. Chronic smoking, especially things like cigarettes and weed, slowly kill the size and the strength of your erections. This is because the chemicals in smoke damage the lining of your blood vessels and contribute to plaque building up in your arteries. And having plaque will obviously reduce your blood flow supply to every part of your body, including your love meat. Nicotine from tobacco especially is known to be a potent vasoconstrictor, which basically means the narrowing of your blood vessels, which immediately reduces blood flow down there. Now, I know that wasn't a very sexy topic, but unfortunately, it's all true. So let's move on to daily habits that are directly killing your performance in the bedroom. Out of all the things on this list, these next few are, from my experience teaching thousands of men around the world, the most common. So you're very likely guilty of one of these next few things. Jerking off with a death grip. No vagina or mouth is going to be able to replicate the degree of intensity that you can apply with your hand. You're actually going to desensitize your penis, which will make real sex far less pleasurable for you. That can lead to arousal issues. It can lead to trouble getting hard, and it can lead to trouble being able to actually ejaculate and finish. And not only that, when you're masturbating so intensely with the intention of finishing as fast as possible, that is exactly what you're training your body to do when it comes to real sex. You can't expect to run a marathon if you've been training yourself to sprint all the time. Watching too much pornography. Porn is damaging for so many reasons. And one of the biggest ones is erectile dysfunction, because you're effectively programming your mind and your body to only respond to very unrealistic and extreme sexual scenarios, all of which cannot really be replicated in real life by a woman. Your dopamine receptors are going to be so fried that when you see an actual real naked woman in life, you're not gonna be aroused enough to get an erection. So if you find that porn is more stimulating than a real woman, I've had guys literally say this to me, that is your sign right there that you are watching way too much porn. You should cut it down and actually, ideally, stop watching it entirely. Putting too much pressure on yourself. A lot of guys, when they sleep with a woman, they feel like they need to deliver this like 10 out of 10 performance. And I know this is ironic coming from a guy who's teaching you about sexual performance, but if these guys don't deliver a 10 out of 10 performance, they feel like a loser or a bad lover. But all this does is create anxiety, which makes it impossible for you to get a strong erection. So you need to mind fuck yourself out of that behavior. And one of the ways you can do that is to actually give yourself permission to fail. It's called not giving a fuck. It sounds ironic, but freeing yourself from the need to perform well is actually what will lead to a better performance. If you tell yourself the next time you have sex that you're going to be selfish and you're going to bust the nut in 5 to 10 seconds, and you accept that fate, you are going to be surprised how well you can actually perform and how long you can actually last, because the pressure's off. You just took it away. You can relax, and that allows you to actually get hard. And also, here's the magic in thinking that way. Because you've set the bar so ridiculously low for yourself, whatever performance you deliver is going to surpass that. Meaning, in your mind, that experience counts as a positive one, not a failure. And the more of these positive experiences that you stack up, the more confidence you get, and that's how you actually overcome sexual anxiety entirely. Because you've given your brain all these positive reference experiences that convinces your psychology deep down that there's no need to feel anxious anymore. Hope this is making sense to you guys. Anxiety-induced erectile dysfunction is one of the hardest things to treat, but this is one of the best ways to do it, and it's a great place to start. So there you go. The 8 things you need to stop doing to protect your love sausage from injury, infection, infertility, shrinkage, and erectile dysfunction. And speaking of erectile dysfunction, poor health is the leading cause of it as we age. What you eat directly impacts the quality of your blood vessels, your sex drive, and your hormones. And especially today, where the average Western diet is super unhealthy. Fixing that can literally mean the difference between you being able to have sex in your later years and not, because you can't even get hard. So click this video right here and I'll show you the exact foods that I eat to get and maintain rock hard boners for as long as I want. I'll see you there.